South African customers watching their money more carefully.
Are they?
Yeah, businesses are reporting weaker demand, slower orders, and greater uncertainty. But I think there's a bit of a danger just accepting that explanation a little bit too quickly. Because a lot of sales teams are saying things like customers aren't buying, market is down. But my question actually is, are customers not buying, or is your sales team not selling? So, Barry, when a sales team says customers aren't buying, what should the business owner ask them to prove?
So let's kick off with the first thing. Do markets drop? 100%.
Yeah.
Do markets get tighter? Yes. Does the economy get tighter? Yes.
Yeah.
Does the economy go buoyant? Yes. I very rarely hear salespeople say the reason I'm knocking it out the park is because the economy is suddenly friggin' flying.
Never heard that one before.
You know,
man, economy's booming, so I'm killing my sales.
But the reason I'm not selling is always because, or very often, because the economy is tanking. So, yeah, the reality is that cycles. We operate in cycles, goes up and down, and economies are good and economies are bad, and opportunities are there. But in any industry,
yeah,
good or bad, there'll always be people at the top and always be people at the bottom.
Yeah.
And in my experience, one of the key things is the people at the top are out there selling. They're out there connecting with customers. They're out there with the right marketing campaigns. They're in the customer's environment. They're making the calls, albeit that they're probably making a lot more calls than when the market's buoyant.
Mm-hmm.
So when the market is down, you have to work harder.
What does that mean?
You're going to make more calls, see more people, follow up. If in a normal market, let's say your closing rate is 20%.
Yeah.
Okay. And in a normal market, you can make 100 calls and do 20 sales.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when the market's buoyant and people start, and there is a higher demand, well, if you do the same amount of work, generally you'll close more deals because you'll find more people that are looking for your product, and there's more available cash and more money and all that sort of stuff. So your conversion rate will go up. But if you do the same amount of work, what happens there is a lot of times people because times are good, they take their foot off the pedal instead of just keeping driving those numbers. So they do less work when the time's good. And the opposite very often is they blame the economy when times are bad, but they don't increase their workload. So you got to go out and find more and connect with more customers because when the market's tighter, less people will buy, which means you have to see more people to get to the people that are buying. Or people will buy less or not that often, which means you have to shift your sales model. And in simple terms, it comes down to doing more work.
Okay.
And people don't want to do more work.
For sure.
Okay, it's not working harder. It's doing more of the right things. So, and very often what I see is that's one of the first things people blame. Yeah, but the market's down. And how did you know that? Oh no, the report said this and the newspaper said this and the TV said this. Okay, great. But how come that guy's doing well? There must be other reasons, and that's where all the lack of responsibility and blame. But my experience, 95% of the time when I sit down, yes, the economy's down, but people aren't doing their calls. So if a salesperson comes to me and says the market's down and people aren't buying, I'm like, okay, no problem. But have you done your 100 calls? If that's the number, it's before someone says, 100 calls is not the number. If that's the number, like, hypothetically, if your number was, I have to do 100 calls to close 20 deals. And if I said to you, have you done 100 calls? People will say, oh, well, and that's when all the excuses come up. Okay, market up or market down, it doesn't mean you can't do your calls. It's like people say, oh no, the market's down and the economy's tough and people aren't buying. So, that's why I'm not selling. Did you do your phone calls? So you tell me your ability to dial this is directly linked
to
the market. No, it has nothing to do with whether the market's up or down. It has to do with whether I dial the phone. My ability to get through that when I'm connecting with people is different. So people will use that as excuses. So the point I'm making is, if a salesperson comes to me and they say, Barry, I've done all my calls, but this is what I'm seeing. I've done my 100 calls, but I'm not closing the deals. Our target was 20 deals. I'm not closing 20 deals. I'm closing 15. I go, great, well done. Yes, the market's down. And well done, you've done your calls. Now you have to do more, because it's just the way it works. You've got to do more. But it's when most of the time, the people that are complaining about the market being down are the people that aren't doing the work. The people that are sitting in the office justifying, not making their calls, not following the sales process, not doing what's needed to be done. And then they use that as the justification without doing the business. Do the work and then come and say the market's down. No problem. What do we need to do in order to address that?
So that's so like you're saying, the market being down and economies and all of that, that's an external thing that you cannot control. You can't control that, correct?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know about you. I can't control the market.
Yeah.
So I can't control the economy at the moment. I can't control what government is doing to stimulate the economy or de-stimulate the economy, or I don't know, do whatever governments do or don't do or should do or shouldn't do. I can't do that.
Topic for another 300 podcasts.
So no, but I can control what I do.
So it's a behavior thing, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I have a 5-day event coming up.
Yeah.
And our next Ultimate Greatness experience is in March 2027.
Yeah.
And so market up or market down. What I can control is who I get hold of, who's on my list, how many phone calls we make, how our marketing campaign works, what we spend in terms of lead generation, how myself and our sales team get on the phone, connect with people, and whether we do it now or whether we do it in January. If we do it now and start creating the pipeline now and start connecting with people now and start following up with people now, it's August, September, October, November, December, January, 6 months. We'll do a lot of work before we'll fill that room. If we only wake up in January and start going, oh, we need to find some people, and then I go, oh, the market's down. So if the market's down, but I've done enough work and I've got enough people, I can preempt that.
Yeah, I feel like for anybody who may be watching this, you might go, 6 months down, like that's a bit crazy. Like, why are you going to do all? I'm sure there's other things you can do in those 6 months.
It's a lot of things I'm doing. I'm training. We have existing clients that we work with, but this is what we sell, and it's a program that comes around once a year, and next one's in March.
Yeah.
So we sell it 6 months in advance. We start doing the work now.
I'm saying why?
Because there's a whole sales process to it. And if I make a list of 100 potential people that can come to that program, what am I looking for? 40 to 50.
Okay.
I'm looking for 40 to 50. If I make a list of 100 businesses and individuals and I start calling them now, and I make the phone calls in August. How's it, Sully, Barry here? Listen, we've spoken about my 5-day program. Next one's coming up in March. You intimated that you wanted to come. Are you still interested in coming? These are the dates. Yes. Excellent. Look, I have an early bird special. Okay. The program is normally 45,000 Rand. The early bird special is 35,000 Rand. However, if you would like to take up the early bird special now, you can cash flow it over the next 6 months. So you can pay $5,000 a month. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
So that's 30 grand with the 5K deposit.
Gives me time as well.
You have time. Now it gives you time. I lock you in. Economy suddenly tanks in February or whatever, or goes downward. You're in the game because I've built it over time.
Makes sense.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. So this is this one is something not me personally, but probably in the past year I've experienced a lot of, and I think so. A lot of business owners, right, are looking at the number of quotes that are sent, and they believe that the team is busy, like because
the team is busy.
They sent out quotations.
Yeah, of course.
But all the quote proves is that the document left the building.
Yeah.
that's not sales.
Well, it's part of the sales process,
Mhm.
but you got to measure the sales process.
Let's talk about that. Because okay, where am I at now, for example? Because I feel like maybe I went too far into the sales process. Where's that in the sales process?
Well, so depending on your sales process,
Yeah.
but let's just take a really a simple sales process. So simple sales process. I get a lead.
Yes.
Okay, so lead generation, find customers. So lead generation.
Cool.
I get a lead.
Mhm.
Marketing, for example, gives me a lead, or I do some cold calling and I find my own lead. So I get a lead.
Mhm.
Okay, good. What do? I have that lead. First step, make a phone call, connect with the client.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Second step, set up an appointment. Okay, so I make a call, I connect, I set up an appointment, I do the appointment.
Mhm.
If it's the right client with the right fit, looking at what I have, I do a proposal or a quote.
Yep.
I follow up within 24 hours of that quote. Did you get my quote?
Mm.
Yes, I did. Excellent. How long do you need to review it? 72 hours. Great. Can I phone you in 72 hours?
Cool.
Yes, I will. I phone in 72 hours. Did you get my quote? What are your thoughts? Are you happy with it? Would you like to go ahead? Yes or no? Handle the objections. Take the person through the process.
Mhm.
Okay, handle the objections. Great. If there's an objection, take them for objection. If I have to re-quote because maybe I got what they were looking for wrong, or whatever it is, or have to restructure the pricing, go through it. Now I re-quote, follow up within 24 hours, follow up in 72 hours, close the deal, send them an invoice, get payment, deliver on what I'm delivering on.
Mhm.
Do the delivery. Once the delivery is done, 24 hours after the delivery, phone the client, say, thank you so much for your business.
Got you.
2 weeks later, you still happy with my product? Were you still happy with my service? Will you, whatever you sold the client 2 weeks later, are you still getting value? Everything okay with it? All good. Thank you. Now they go into the follow-up process. Now you connect with them, and that's the whole sales. Sales is a journey.
Mm.
You know, that's why in my second book, it's called The Salesman's Journey. It's not the salesman's destination. You know, it's not the salesman's, I don't know, get lucky, friggin' close one big deal process.
Salesman's millionaire.
It's the salesman's journey. It's every sale takes you on a journey, and you put your customer base through a journey.
Mm.
You know,
Very true.
and so it's in the process.
Mm.
So what are the steps in the process? And many businesses are not clear on their process. And many businesses and business owners will hire salespeople and say, "Can you sell?" Of course, they're going to tell you they can sell. They need the friggin' job, man.
Unemployment is at
what's up a quick
65 or something like that.
and their CV says they can sell, and then you frustrated, flipping 2 months into it because your salesman that was going to rejuvenate your business and give you all the money you wanted so you could have freedom. Now you got a bigger worry because now you're paying that salesperson a basic salary. They're not doing what you expected them to do, what they promised to do, and now you're struggling and you're getting to the point where you can't move them on. So the deal is you bring people in and you hold them to a process. Here's the process. Can you do this? Can you follow the process? Can you report back on the process? Measure the process, not the results. It's in the process that you can equip, teach, and train. It's in the process that you can see where people are missing out on what's happening.
Yeah.
I've just started an eating plan.
Yep.
It's a 45-day eating plan, and there's a process. It's very simple. There's specific things you can eat, can't eat. There's specific things you can eat with certain things. You eat something for breakfast, can have X amount of snacks a day in terms of protein. I have a specific lunch, a specific dinner, and that's the way it works.
Process.
I follow the process. Now, that's the process for what needs to be done every day. And then it works over 45 days. There's 3 days where you get started, and then there's 3 protein days, and then there's, I think, 40 days of consistent eating to this plan, and then there's, I think, 20 days where you reset and start introducing other types of food if you want to into your diet. Okay, so in all, it's a sort of 2-month process.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the way it works. Are there many other eating plans? A gazillion. Okay, but I'm doing that one. So I must, if I want to see if that works. And if I want to get the success, then I must follow the process. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, in order to make that successful, guess what? I have to create my own processes. Okay. So I have to ensure that my snacks are sorted out. So I eat lots of protein on this. So I make sure I have biltong. I make sure I have tuna. I make sure I have chicken breasts. I make sure I have protein bars.
So you don't
excess protein bars, by the way, the best flipping protein bars in the market. So just excess protein bars.
This is not a paid promo, just so you guys know.
Make sure I have my excess protein bars.
Yeah.
Make sure I have my biltong. And because I'll have 7 or 8 snacks during the day. And those snacks are a specific size. So I can't munch on as many protein bars as I want. I eat half a protein bar, and then I have another one half an hour, 45 minutes later.
Got you.
But this doesn't make sense.
It's a process.
So I now have to create a process within the process to make sure that I'm organized. Because if I rock up here and I'm looking for snacks and I forgot to bring my stuff and I didn't pack it this morning, and we're sitting in here for 2 hours and then I'm working in the office, well,
yeah, you're going to deviate.
Well, there's a chance that I'm going to deviate.
Yeah.
But even without the chance of deviation, even if I don't deviate and don't eat anything, well, I've deviated from the process.
Yeah.
Because now I haven't followed it. Because you got to snack every half an hour. Well, you can snack every half an hour, but you must eat. You must not eat. Not eat for longer than 2 hours. So does that make sense? So if I'm sitting here and we're working for 3 hours and I don't have something to eat, then I deviate from the process. And then is it fair for me to turn around and say, oh, it's not working? Yes. Exactly like the market's down.
Yes.
I deviated from the process, but I'm going to blame the market. Whereas if I stick to the process, then I can say, I stuck to the process. This is what I learned. And I believe because the market's down, look, my closing rate's not where it used to be. I stuck to the process. This is what I learned. I didn't have enough food. I had too much food. I should have cut down on the biltong because there was too much salt in it, whatever that might be. But and then I can ask people questions. Now people can help me get better. Does that make sense?
100%.
Now, if I'm going to teach somebody else how to do the eating plan, I've done it.
You've worked the process.
Okay. So in many businesses, business owners start their business because they're the tradesmen. They do the job.
Yeah.
And they go out and they find a couple of customers and they get going and but they don't sit down and focus and go, I'm actually a salesman above everything else. Yes, I started an accounting business. I'm not an accountant. I'm an accountant, but I have to be a salesman above everything else. I started a printing business. I have to be a salesman above everything else. I started a gardening service. I have to be a salesman above everything else. So, and then you develop your sales process as the business owner, and you measure it so that you know what needs to be done to close deals. When you bring in a new salesperson, you tell them to follow your sales process. Then you hold them accountable to the process.
Makes sense.
No process, it's hard to hold. In anything, it's hard to hold people accountable.
Fair enough. Okay, let me give you a scenario here. So a salesperson sends 20 quotations in a month. 40.
See, I have to snack now.
That's fine. You can snack away
on my excess.
Let me start this again. The scenario for you.
Yeah.
A salesperson sends 20 quotations in a month. 14 prospects stop responding. 4 say the price is too high. 2 say they will reconsider later. The salesperson reports that the customers are not buying. What would you, as Barry, look at first?
Okay, give me those stats. 4 say?
14 stop responding.
Okay.
4 say the price is too high. 2 say they will reconsider later.
Okay, and none buy.
Okay.
Well, the first thing is, when you say they stop responding, was that through social media, or was that through phone calls, or was that through a visit?
No, so let's just say it's phone calls and emails.
Okay, so I pick up the phone.
I'll send you the
phone
quote.
Someone, they say, please send me a quote.
Yeah.
I send them a quote.
Yeah.
They ghost me. They're gone.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what that probably tells me is that you're speaking to the wrong people. Potentially, not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Potentially. So you have to look at that. What's your target market?
Mhm.
Who are they? 2, you have to monitor and measure what's being said. What is the salesperson saying on the phone? How are they speaking? Are they connecting? What's their pitch?
Mhm.
Are they asking questions?
Got you.
Questions are the answers. In the words of a wonderful trainer, Alan Pease, he coined the phrase, questions are the answers. Most people think answers are the answers, and they want to tell people. Think about it. How many phone calls do you get from cell phone companies and insurance companies? And they're going to tell you. I mean, I had it the other day. Someone, you need to. It was one of these loan companies.
Mm.
Yeah, but I need to tell you about the loan. I said, I'm not interested. Your money's too expensive. No, but it could help you. I said, you haven't even, don't even know,
Don't know what
what
issues.
you don't even know what I do.
Mm.
How do you mean it can help you? Because that person that's phoning me might be broke. They're sitting there thinking, oh, if I could get 300,000 rand, that would help me.
Yeah.
Would it help you? Because you'd get in even more shit.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
we're going off on another topic.
Mm.
So, but they don't even know. They don't even ask the question, are you looking for finance?
Mm.
Think about it. Just ask that question right up
Super
front.
important question. Yeah, it's an important question.
Hey, Mr. Steele, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Excellent. Do you have a second to chat?
I do.
I'm phoning you from ABC Loans. The first thing I want to ask, are you by any chance in the market looking for finance?
Personally or for my business?
Both.
Yeah, probably for my business.
For your business?
Yes.
Excellent. What business do you have?
So,
Whose world am I in?
9.
Versus I'm going to phone and I'm going to tell you what I have because you need it.
Mm.
You don't even know if I need it.
So would you say then that's an importance for example, the owner of the business or the sales manager or manager to listen in on the calls that their sales team
100%.
can go? Because why?
Because what people say they're doing and what they actually do are two different friggin' things.
So he's like,
I've been in the sales game 33 years, Sully.
mm-hmm.
Every time I sit in and listen to what people say, they're not saying what they were meant to say.
You mean the script that they were given?
Yeah.
The simple thing, those words.
Or they're sitting on the script going, hi, is that Mr. Steele? How are you, Mr. Steele?
Good in you.
I'm very well. Thank you for asking. My pet hate is this. So don't ask me how I am. Hi, Mr. Steele. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for asking. I'm fine too.
That was a banger. I love that one as well. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad you're fine. I never asked. I laugh at that one. I find that one.
And then the one that I've seen that's doing the rounds is this one. Before you think I'm selling something, we're not selling anything. We're just connecting.
I like
I'm the worst person to say I'm not selling anything to.
Definitely.
Anyway, that's when I say, are you sure you're not selling anything? No, I'm definitely not selling anything. Oh, well, I'm not interested in your call because I'm in the market to buy something. Anyway, so
now he's screwed.
but you get it. So and people will, why don't people follow the script? Because they're not practicing. So you take away a script and you practice it. And you practice it. As a manager, as a business owner, are you getting your sales team to role play every single week? Role play, do it again, do it again, do it again. Role play, so it becomes natural. If I pick up the phone from Uncovering Greatness, you've heard Michaela's role play it. Hi, it's Michaela Mitchell here. I'm phoning from a company called Uncovering Greatness. Do you have a second to chat? Yes, I do. Excellent. Thank you so much. Sully, just by way of introduction, as I said, I'm part of Uncovering Greatness. For the last 20 years, we've helped thousands of businesses throughout Southern Africa increase their sales, dramatically grow their revenue, and build highly efficient, highly effective teams. Is that something that may interest you?
Yes.
Brilliant. How long have you been in business? And then you go into questions. What are you doing? Are you the business owner? And we go from there. What type of problems are you facing in the market at the moment? And very simply, what's our next step? Can I set up to come in and see you? Is it okay? Before I set up the next steps, we operate in a very specific way. Could I ask you a couple of questions? How many people do you employ? What's your turnover? Great. I just want to make sure that I'm not going to waste your time and you're not going to waste our time.
Fair.
Is that
Yeah. So
so? So now you go back to those 14. So I would look at what they're saying. I would look at the target market. I'd monitor that, and that's where I would first start. I'm going to hazard a guess that my first point of call was they didn't phone the 14. What happened is they dialed the number and then they said, those dudes aren't interested. They dialed the number, but no one picked up on the other side. And on the call sheet, they said, not interested.
I mean, we've never seen that before. That doesn't happen.
Not in all my years of sales,
Why
never.
would people lie? I'm saying, why would people lie? I'm going to deviate a little bit from because I think that what you're saying is going to be very beneficial to people in.
At least you're a deviator, not a deviant.
I'm not a deviant. I try my best not to be a deviant. I think that especially for people in my industry, they need help, right? And I'm going to be very honest.
Marketers.
Yeah. I probably currently get on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, at least once a week, I'm getting a message.
How we can help you.
No. They're going to help us, Barry. Not how. Yeah. No. They
don't even know our business.
No, they watched I watched your podcast, loved it. You think I'm an idiot? Firstly, because you said you used those, watched your podcast, loved it. What I can do for you is I can blow your thing up immensely.
Yeah. How?
Oh no, let's jump on a call. I do not have time. Just tell me how. Actually, show it to me. For example, the reason why I'm asking this, right? One of the reasons I believe we do this podcast is because people can take what they learn from you, from Nicole, and apply it.
I think you get me to do this podcast because you think I'm bored.
Yeah, also. No, you like to talk. No, but I because
if I really like to talk, I'd sit in my car and talk to myself because then at least it's sensible that I've been talk to you.
Yeah, you have to. No, now you have to be really sensible. But I'm noticing that this is becoming a pattern, right? Especially now with the I'm going to call it little bit of success that the podcast is having on Apple Podcasts, getting more views, getting more subscribers on the Apple Podcast.
Yeah.
I'm now the inbox is getting flooded of people who do this podcast automation.
Of course.
Nonsense.
We can fix everything that we don't even know you need fixing.
This one lady sent me a graph of this massive spike, 90,000 views or something like that. 2 subscribers. And I went, wait, how do you have 90,000 views, but only two people subscribe?
What's the point?
Something's off. I'd rather stick with my 2 subscribers and get 100 views.
Why do you want 90,000 views and you have no subscribers?
I don't know. So how do we help these people, Barry? How do we, because I feel like especially with the social media age, we've moved into this, I'm going to direct message you telling you how great.
It's a standard deal, Sully. Everyone wants to tell how good they are.
Yeah.
Why don't you actually just humble yourself, connect with someone and say, how's it? This is me. I'm from ABC Marketing. I had a look at your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to set up a discovery call to see if in any way we can help you grow your market, if that's something you're looking for.
That could work.
Not, I can help you because I've seen it and you need me. You don't even know why we do podcasts
Nope.
And that's a classic sales failure is people go into telling, not into asking. You know, if someone sent you a little email to say, or a message, hey, Sully, how's it? Look, I've been watching you guys on your podcast.
Yeah.
Could I ask you a couple of questions? One, if you could increase your subscription by 100 subscribers in the next 3 months, would that help? If you could increase or by 10% or by 30% or whatever my average thing is that I do.
Yes.
So let's say if you could increase your subscribers by 30% in the next 3 months, would help. If you could decrease your YouTube lead generation spend or your subscriber to marketing spend, would that help? If you could, what are the pain points that you're going to address? And I would say something like, without really understanding your business, I can't promise much, But I love what you guys do. And I really like the last podcast where you talked about, and I would mention what you talked about so that I can actually prove I've watched the friggin' podcast.
Thank you.
And then I go, and now I'm connecting with you.
Yeah. Oh, like there was a guy on LinkedIn who actually said he commented on one of the posts that I had put out, promoting the newest episode, and he had said, awesome call to action, very direct, very clear. Have you noticed the difference in your subscription since you started doing this? And I went, oh shit, you've been watching me.
There you go.
You've been paying attention to what I've been doing. Now you've seen a switch in what I'm doing, whereas like before it was.
And is he a marketer?
Yeah.
See, now that would be a guy worth
talking to,
with going, hey, thanks so much for that. Yes. What is your experience in marketing? And let us know what you do.
No, that was it. We were having in the comment section on the clip, and I was like, that makes so much to me. He never came in trying to sell.
Never. Well,
sell.
No, he is selling. He never came in telling.
There we go.
See,
sorry.
I think that's the shift we need to make, Sully.
There we go.
Is people think selling is telling. Selling is not telling. Selling is connecting with people, getting in their world. As Frank Bettcher famously put it, sales is the art of finding out what people want and helping them get it. How do you find what people want? You ask flipping questions. You ask questions. What do you want? How can I help you? What are some of the things you're struggling with in your social media? Nothing. Thank you. I'm a social media guru. Are you sure? Yes, I am. Great. Thanks. Okay.
End of conversation.
Well, yeah. And maybe it's also, if you think you're such a guru, then I'm not going to work with you. Why would I?
100%.
But you ask questions, get in their world, make a connection. Like this guy, what a wonderful connection. Hey, I've watched. Have you found that this shifted? Now you're going, this guy's actually honestly
paying attention.
Or he got lucky. Either way, but let's benefit of the doubt. He didn't get lucky. He's been watching. But guess what? When you open dialogue with him, you'll also find out whether he's being honest or not. Because you'll be able to go, so I gather you've been watching our podcast. Which is your favorite one? The one where you went fishing.
Okay.
We've never been fishing.
This is the end of the conversation. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
100%.
But then you would find out, is that a real, genuine, authentic person that particular guy now connects to our values? He's real. Great. We'll probably connect. And now we may not be able to do immediate business, but now you build a relationship over time. And if he keeps connected to us, you see where we go.
Something could come from it. We don't know, but it's just about, the way that I felt about it is exactly that. I didn't feel like I was being told that I'm doing this bad job. Do you know what I mean? That's how these, and I don't think people realize that.
Well, they tell you you're wrong.
Yeah. And I'm like,
I just asked you this. How many of you like being told you're wrong? Okay. I have asked that question all around the world to thousands and thousands of people. No one has ever puts up their hand to say, I like being told I'm wrong. You must tell me I'm wrong. I live to be told I'm wrong. They don't want to be told they're wrong. But the adverse is this. You're prepared to tell yourself you're wrong. When someone connects with you in the right way and they go, so Sully, when you started shifting your YouTube, did you see this? And have you done this yet? And you're like, what? Well, once you did this, do you know that you could do this to create that? Would you be interested in creating that? Now you're more likely to go, hey, shit, I didn't know how to do that. Can you tell me?
I'm going to try.
Now you made yourself wrong without him making you wrong by asking questions.
No, 100%.
Does that make sense? But if they came in and said, I know I can help you because I know and you need to do this. Most people's first reaction is, even if I don't know what you're talking about, stuff you. Because now you've created a barrier.
Yeah.
So the fundamental skill is get in people's worlds and find out about them.
How do you feel about the one where it's like you're saying, get into people's world, right? So Barry likes golf. You're a prospect. I call you, hey Barry, you like golf? Oh, me too. And I've never played golf a day.
Yeah, well, you're a liar. It's very, very simple. You're a liar. All liars will be found out at some stage. That's rule number one, Sully. Connect with people. If you're not a golfer, I connect with you. You play golf. Awesome. You were playing golf. Where do you play? Yeah, a couple of my buddies play. It's never been something that's really, got my goat. What is it that you like about playing golf? I don't know. Connect in their world. Do that. A mate of mine plays a lot of golf. He pretty good golfer. I think he plays off, I don't know, 2 or 3 handicap. Good. We're building some rapport. We're making some connection. We're not going to find huge common ground in that, but it's discussion point. Does that make sense? That school of you must pretend to be someone you're not. You'll be found out, man. Why do you want to do business and have to lie to people?
It's like the fake interest almost.
Correct.
Like I'm going to fake that I like golf, even though I have.
Oh, I like you.
Yeah. Because I have to get the business.
It's just I suppose people are desperate, and desperate people do desperate things. I'm in this game for a long time, not for a short time. I want to have long-term relationships, and I want to do business with people I like and who like me and who we connect with, and we share common ground, and that sort of stuff. For me, that's important.
I mean, you do have that, though, right? Like, what's your longest standing client?
I mean, I've been in this business now nearly 20 years. I've got 2 or 3 clients that have come in and been around me and continue coming, still use mine and Nicole's services to some degree or other every year for 18 years.
18 years?
Yeah.
Same person or same business?
Same business, same person.
Crazy.
In my greatness operating model, my 12-month program, my average client lasts 4 years.
How do you do that?
I'm good.
That's fair.
I'm the best in Africa.
Damn straight. Cannot disagree with that.
How do I do that? I add value to them, Suli. I serve them. I help them.
That's a crazy skill as well.
I help them build their business. So I do what I've learned to do over 20 years, and I also connect with the right people. I'm working with business owners I want to work with. I'm not out there desperately promising people I don't like that I'm going to change their world. It's not going to work, not for that period of time.
You're also not trying to work with everybody.
No, I'm not trying to work with everybody. I'm very for the in our model, as you know, we have different target markets. But for my Get Moving program, our 12-month greatness operating model, I'm very clear. I have a very clear target market. Business owners that have a good business, are doing well, but want to go to another level, that are a little bit frustrated, that have a team that they have a good team, but not a great team, and they can see lots of potential in that team, that have got to the stage where they are the magic and they need to start shifting out of being the magic and start learning how to teach and equip teams through processes and training, that their culture is becoming a little bit eroded because their business has grown and they haven't focused on growing the culture. So they've got to go back. And typically they would be doing, I don't know, somewhere around about 25 million beyond, and would have sort of generally a minimum of 25 employees. That's where I sort of start for that client base. But then I have another target market where if you have 5 sales reps, we can do, we have a number of programs that we work around sales and presentation skills. And, I do in-house 2-day programs for business owners, for example. That 12-month program, we run a 12-month business owner program. So 10 to 15 business owners come on that and then take what they learn back into the business. It makes it affordable for them. It depends on what a business can cash flow.
Yeah.
But I'm very clear, and, I'll sit down with business owners who say, can you come and work with me? I'll go, what's your business turning over? It does 2 million a year. I'll go, you can't afford me.
I'm gonna cripple you.
You can't afford me. And so what we can do is I can come in and do strategic session for you to help you get off the ground, or I can come in and do this for you to help you move to another level, but it'll be affordable in terms of where your business is at. So I'm happy to come in 2 or 3 times a year and help you and, do that sort of stuff until you get to that stage when I can work with you. And yeah, it's just,
I mean, that's crazy though that you can, and I think, and I'm going to say this, I'm not saying that you said this. I'm playing it from both sides. There's a bit of bravado in the "you can't afford me" one, and two, it's also the care for the business owners and their business, right?
well, for me, it doesn't come from you can't afford me because look how shit hot I am.
No, that's me. I'm saying that.
That's cool, but that so
Yeah.
that's I that's not the space I come from.
Yes.
I come from the space of that's what I charge.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I charge. That's what the client base that I work with pay. And if you were to pay me that in your business and your business is doing 2 million, you're not going to get the real benefit right now. And it would be a big expense for you. If you wanted to take that risk, I would warn you against it.
Which is crazy. That's the crazy part to me.
Unless there were some other circumstances. So, for example, if the person said, look, I've had a lot of investment. I have an investor who's come in. We have to scale our business. We have to do this. We need to take it from 2 to 15 in the next 18 months. It's a different model. Does that make sense? Because you're scaling. But the general business is, I have this business for doing 2 million. I want to grow it. This is where I'm at. This is my cash flow. I've got to increase sales. I'm trying to manage my money and my team, and you're not going to be there. So let's help you with some core fundamentals until you're ready to move to the next level. It's like, I don't know. That's why I love sport. I want to do an Ironman, but I've never trained before. I'm a sedentary dude who doesn't do any exercise, and I have this dream of doing an Ironman.
What's a sedentary?
Sedentary. So don't move very much.
No, sluthy.
A sluthy type of. I don't move very much. I don't do a lot of sport.
Yeah.
Or a lot of movement, or I'm not a very active person. I go, great. So I find a coach and say, I want to do a half Ironman. I want to do an Ironman by the end of the year. Okay, unless I'm an incredible individual, it would be a miss of the coach to
say, let's do this.
To say, sounds good. Okay, the coach should actually be sitting down with me saying, excellent, but I don't think an Ironman training program is for you this year. What I think we should do is we should help you lose the 30 kgs that you need to lose. We should get you moving regularly. You need to start doing some running. Let's get you moving. So year one is, I'm going to get you moving. It doesn't mean I'm not going to coach you, but what it means is that I'm not going to coach you as in depth as I would for an Ironman athlete.
Yeah.
You get that?
100%.
So I'm going to give you a program. You get up every day. You can do it. I'm going to give you some exercises, and twice a month we'll check in. Okay. So different program, but it's what would be good for you,
right?
Not just for me, because I don't know, that program costs 1,000 Rand a month, and the full Ironman program costs 3,500 Rand a month. Which would I rather have? The 3,500. Of course, I'd rather bill the highest amount, but that's not good for you. So if I was to bill you for this 3.5 and convince you to take the 3.5, and we'll be able to get you through this, it's highly likely that going through that process, you're going to quit. You're going to hate it. You're going to hate me. I run reputational risk, all that sort of stuff. And well, guess what? I got my 3.5 grand and I made some money.
So, yeah, you don't think about the future. It's short-term gains.
I don't want to. Why would I want to do that? I'd rather say to the client, the client say, well, if you can't do that for me, then I'll find someone else. Okay, great. Find someone else. Because if you find someone that's prepared to do that with you, great. But I'm not, because I don't think it's the best for you.
Comes down to your values.
Does that make sense? So for me, that's the same in business.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we did the 14.
Yeah.
Well, we sort of chatted about the 14. That's how I'd look at the 14. The next was 4.
Yes.
Before that,
just no, wait, give me.
14 disappeared. They
14 disappeared.
Went on witness protection program. Never answered their phones again.
Yeah. They got
economy's down. That's why they're not.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
So 14 stopped.
Yep.
4 said the price is too high.
Great. Handle the objection. It's an objection. Why is your price? What?
But
Thank you for that. If you don't, go back to them. If you don't mind me asking, who are you comparing us to? What's your budget? What were you looking at? What's your spend range? And what do you find too high about our price?
but most sales rep would probably go into the discount phase, wouldn't they?
Well, it's the standard strategy for many salespeople is, well, let's reduce the price.
Yeah.
Oh no, our price. Customers
is
say
too
our
high.
price is too high. Okay, well then we want to reduce. I mean, the amount of sales meetings I've been in over the years, and everyone says our price is too high. I'm like, okay, tell me everyone. Now in this scenario, that's where those comments sort of come up. You're sitting in a sales meeting, and it's like everyone says our price is too high. Okay, so tell me the exact numbers. Oh, 4. So 4 out of 20 is everyone. Not really. 4. Let's deal on the facts. Okay, but they're under pressure because the 14
They've ghosted
people who've ghosted them, who they never really connected with, who now they're under pressure because they're not getting their numbers.
Yeah.
Because they didn't probably make the phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And so now you got the 4. It's like, now we want a discount. No. And now, how would I deal with them? Excellent. Did you ask the client what they mean by our price is too expensive? Who they comparing us to? What would they look at? What are they? What is their budget? What were they looking at spending?
I didn't know I could do that.
Well, it's basic sales training.
See what it comes down to.
Handling objections is a fundamental skill in sales. Again, people default to telling. Your price is too expensive. Well, you don't know. Do you know that we have the best quality? Telling.
We're the best in the business.
So that's the deal. So now you go back as a business owner or a sales manager, you've got to start training and teaching people how to handle objections.
Yeah.
I would, as a sales manager, I would pick up the phone to those 4 people and I'd say, hey, Mr. Steele, how's it? It's Barry Mitchell here from ABC. Do you have a minute to chat? I'm the sales manager from ABC. Do you have a minute to chat?
Yes.
Excellent. So one of my sales teams sent you a quote the other day, and I saw that your response is, we're too expensive.
That's correct.
Would you mind me asking who you're comparing us to?
The guys I used last time were, they came in like 20% cheaper.
Okay. And did they do a good job for you?
That was all right.
So if they did such a great job for you, so would you mind me asking why you were looking for another supplier?
Yeah, I mean, just cost. I'm trying to.
So right now, so you're looking at reducing your costs.
Yes.
What's your does that make sense? Is whatever the feedback is, I'm going to ask you questions because I want to get to the stage where I find out what the real objection is.
Got you.
What are you looking at? What did they do? Why are they? You see, immediately I got to a different angle. Is what I found now is you had another supplier. If they were really good, you would have gone back to them. So
they were.
That's an assumption. Is a bit of, you didn't jump up and down. So now as the sales manager, I would make some of those phone calls to find out. Then you train your sales team and move from there. But that's hard work.
It is.
Okay. Because that takes diligence. Now the last 2
say they will reconsider later. Okay,
great. What does later mean? When is later? What is your buying cycle? If now you go back, that's an objection as well. I'll reconsider later. I'll look at it. One of the quickest ways to say no is to say yes or give a semi-yes. That's like a semi-yes. Yeah, no, we're still interested, but, we'll look at it in a couple of months' time.
Like, let me talk to my partner.
Yeah, let me talk to my boss, waiting for the MD. Yeah, so, but like that one is it's a guarded yes, but it's a no. So now you got to go in and you ask. Excellent. So when you say look at it later, what does that mean? Do you have a time frame? In the meantime, if you don't mind me asking, sir, were you looking just to get pricing, or were you looking to get the project done? I mean, I know this year I've gone and had a number of quotes on a couple of things that I want done at my house, and I got someone followed up on a couple of those quotes. I said, I was really keen to do it. The Minister of Home Affairs decided that we're not going to do it now. So I look at it later. How many of those people do you think have come back to me? None. Absolutely none.
0. I'm not even surprised by that.
So,
because you said later, you're going to call me.
So it's gone. Instead of I would have just asked that question. Thanks, Barry. When do you mean later? 3 months, 6 months? Can I give you a call? Can I keep in touch? Is it okay? When you're ready, I'm ready for you. Why? Because guess what? My business is still going to be around next year. If I was that salesperson, I'm still in business for next year. I still want to put you on my list for next year.
Yep.
But I want to phone you 4 or 5 times before then. Hey, Barry, I don't mean to be a pest. You know, I said I'd touch base with you every couple of months. Have you started looking at those tanks again yet? You guys made a decision as a Minister of Home Affairs, authorized the expenditure yet?
Yeah, because he's, and I think you'd probably be a lot more. You'd be like, oh, he actually remembered me.
Well,
saying that.
I'm connecting, and I've made my notes,
Yeah.
and I've gone back. People don't do that. You ordered. Do you want it now? I need to sell now. Okay. The fundamental is a principle in sales. It's called time, timing, and lag. You have to spend the time to meet the right people whose timing is right. And the difference between the first time you ever meet someone and when their timing is right to do what's needed to be done is lag. And you can take that, that's part of life, but you can take that into any business. You can take it to a traditional business. And when I say traditional, your day-to-day selling businesses, you take it into network marketing. It's a mistake so many people make in network marketing. They show someone their business. The person says, not really for me right now. And they ghost them. They never speak to them again. What do you mean, not now? Okay, great. Could I do this? What happens if, can I phone you in 3 months' time, 6 months' time? What do you think will change? You don't keep the door open. Why? Because I want people, but in order to find people now whose timing is right, you have to do the right amount of work up front, which means you have to be, the more people whose timing you want to find who's right now, the right timing now to buy, the more work you have to do up front and the more people you have to speak to, which means the more people you will meet whose timing is not right, but the more people you will meet whose timing is right. And it goes back. Core fundamental of sales. Sales is a verb, and a verb is a doing word. If you're not doing what's needed to be done, you ain't going to get what you should get by doing what's needed to be done. You know, my favorite quote of all times, and I still do not know who said it, lazy salespeople have skinny children.
Nobody, you know what the thing is? I have searched and searched. I think we should actually just copyright it. Trademark it.
I found it on a friggin', what are they? Not a meme one.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know who said it, so we can't attribute it to anybody. Any final thoughts before we close this up?
Any final thoughts? My final thought is, let me have a look. My final thought is when your phone doesn't work because it's like its owner. Let's have a look, silly. Lazy salespeople have skinny kids is a classic, harsh, truthful. No, it didn't say truthful, but anyway. Classic harsh sales idiom meaning that if you do not work hard to close deals, you will not earn enough commission to feed your family. There we go. While the phrase is a graphic metaphor meant to highlight the direct relationship between effort and survival in commission-based roles, modern sales philosophy breaks this mindset down into a few distinct realities. Correct. So you got to do the right, it's like all generalizations, but you have to do the right work. And the better you get at doing the right work, the less work you have to do because you're speaking to better people.
Yeah.
But you only learn that over time. That's my final words.
My final words would be, you cannot control the economy, customer confidence, or when a prospect decides to spend money, but you can control whether leads are contacted, questions are asked, customers are qualified, follow-ups happen, pipelines are accurate, and agreements are honored. A difficult market does not remove the need to sell. It exposes who is never selling properly in the first place.
There we go. Isn't that what I said?
It is.
Do the work.
It is.
Spend the time, and you'll find the people who are ready to buy. It's a time-based, action-based game.
See you guys next week.